What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Happy Hour Live. Yep, that was being stuck at a train crossing. We're going to talk about that in a second. I see my brother in the house, but let's see who was first in the house. My gosh, we had. I'm going to tell you about that train, and hopefully you guys can hear me. I have no sound, so I had a little trouble getting on tonight. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I believe that you can. So let me see if I can. I have to tell you, Windows 10, Microsoft did an update, and I have been paying for it ever since. So, Jim Bertrand is first in the house. Glad to have you along. Jim is a longtime watcher and really appreciate his friendship. So, thanks, you guys. Wayne and Carrie from WCRV Adventures is in the house. There's Tom and Lori. Love you guys. Glad that you're here. Who else do we have in the house? Cosmic Mermaid and Starman. Glad to have you guys in the house. Have met them before. Dot Gale, I believe that is them. You have to, guys, if I ever forget your name, it's okay to mention it in the comment section because sometimes trying to remember everybody. Expired Up is in the house. Glad to have you along. Richard M. Glad to have you along. Who else have we got here? Dale and Sherry. That is my brother, y'all. Give him a shout out. Glad to have you guys here too. Hope you're doing okay. Whoa, Nellie is in the house. Glad to have you along. That's probably Lucy over there. Love those guys. And hopefully we'll get some time to. One of these days we're going to get to hang out with you guys, and you're not going to be just passing through borrowing ice. So I'm gonna call you on that and see if I can get my ice back one of these days. HC Carefree Highway, glad to have you in the house. Who else have we got? Next Exit. Bob and Pearl, glad to have you guys in the house. Well, okay, so that kind of got everybody here. Thank you guys for being here. You guys don't know how much you mean to me. I'm so glad that you're here. So yeah, you guys, hopefully you could hear that clip. You had some audio on that. I didn't know that it was going to turn into a video event. And I'm going to take my live glasses off and see if I can read everything here. RV Living Life is in the house. Glad to have you guys along. Hopefully they are getting close to going full time. Yeah, when I pulled up to that stop, so here's the deal. I pulled out of Yuma, heading up to where I'm at now in Ehrenberg. And when I did, there was at least a couple hours worth of sunlight. I thought, you know what, this is not going to be a problem. Now, if you guys have followed the channel for any amount of time, you know I have a rule. I don't travel at night. And I really thought that I could pull this off and I could make it up to Ehrenberg before darkness fell, or right about at darkness. I'm not afraid of that either. Folks, I pulled up to that railroad crossing and the sun was setting and I was already a little bit late. What I didn't expect, I was there for 2 hours and 25 minutes. At an hour in, I knew I was going to have to film this because I don't think anybody would believe what I went and did after that point. I made dinner and I ate dinner sitting right there at the railroad tracks. I watched Netflix. I watched 2 shows, as a matter of fact, on Netflix. I took a couple of casual strolls around and hiked up on the hill to talk to a person in a side-by-side that was watching the sunset, and that's what they did. And he warned me at that point. He said, you know, the train last night was an hour and 40 minutes. And I thought, oh, no. And so already here was a first. I'm watching Netflix while I'm waiting basically for this train. I made and ate dinner while I'm waiting for the train. And then I didn't show you a picture of it because, YouTube has rules against this. I went in and took a shower. I promise you guys, I'm not joking. I took a full shower. I shaved, and the whole time I am just watching the train car in front of me. There was nothing I could do. The view that you saw was, and on the little video clip, was the fifth train that had passed by on the side track. And I don't know. I mean, is this legal, guys? Let me know. I had never been stopped. The fifth train was the last one, thank goodness. And because when it passed by, I still didn't know if I was ever going to get to move from this spot. Um, it ended up moving about 10 minutes later, and I was able to cross the railroad tracks and get going. But what did this mean? I was already committed. You guys know that I don't drive at night, and it's a hard and fast rule. At this point, I was already committed, and literally the only thing I could do at this point is either drive on to Ehrenberg, or just stop on the side of the road someplace and call it a night. And I ended up going ahead. You can see that I made it to Ehrenberg and got there, but I saw some comments in the comments as I was getting set up, and I uh, I think Jim Bertrand or somebody said snow. No, it was not snow. That we're going to leave that one to Tom and Lori. They take the credit for the snow, and we got that. We're going to leave that one to them. I do have a no snow rule, but so let's see if we can go back and hit these comments here. Jim says hi, and oh my gosh, rules broken. No snow. No, it was not snow. It was driving at night, unfortunately. Driving at night. Wade and Carrie. Yes, I think you're right. Being from Winterpeg, had to ask. Tucson. Snow? No, we're going to leave that up to Tom and Lori. They get the nod for that. So, by the way, Tom and Lori, they work on a different schedule, a different calendar. All right. On Wednesday, they put up their throw up Thursdays. Now, apparently, that has changed to Saturdays. Their Saturday coffee chat that we enjoy and look forward to. Yeah, they've switched that over to Sunday. So we're going to see if that continues. But I definitely need a copy of your calendar, guys, because I'm losing track. But Tom, if you didn't see his last video, was fighting with a cactus. And if you guys have watched me, you know that I love touching the cactus. He almost did it in the video after he explained that he had already been stabbed on not one, but both hands. Miss Lori is pulling these out of his hands. And then during his coffee chat, he takes the camera over and shows the cactus, and he goes to touch it. And I can relate because I want to touch them too. And he didn't. I give him credit, but I couldn't have resisted. I probably would have touched it. So WCRV Adventures says they're still laughing at their video. Yeah, Tom and Lori says was kind of funny. The cactus. Well, maybe not looking at my hands. Yeah, hopefully you got those quills out of your hands there because they are kind of nasty. I think it was a teddy bear cactus, and I commented, teddy bears are meant to hug. I think they just needed some love. That's all it was. It was just looking for some love. Cosmic Mermaid and Snarband, glad that you got the time right this week. I know it is. You know what? We're working on a different time schedule here. Arizona is kind of different, and I think right now we are equal with Pacific time. So my computer actually is showing it as 6:17. And I don't know if that is, I believe that is right. And I just follow, once I post it, I follow the little leader on my screen that says you have a live coming up, and I follow that time. So let's see, you guys are talking in the background. X Fired Up says he's beginning to think Dave got lost. Yeah, I was running a little bit behind there, guys. I'm still having a unfortunately a computer problem here, and I'm trying to figure out if you guys still have sound or not. I'm sure that you do, but on my end there is no sound, so that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. I did have to restart the computer. So let's see. Gotcha. You guys can hear me. That's good. Let's see. Hey, Dave from RV Living Life. Okay, I think I got down to it. So in Canada, Jim Bertrand says in Canada, let's throw that up there. Oh, let's go ahead up there. In Canada, standing trains cannot block public crossings when there are vehicles waiting to pass for more than 5 minutes. And the United States, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys, somebody out there knows, let me know. In the United States, it's 15 minutes, and you can't exceed that. Well, except if you're in Yuma or trying to leave Yuma, in my case. So yeah, I think that is a rule, but it's hard to say. So let's see. Yeah, Tom and Lori says Windows 10 just did a major update and messed everything up, and that is what I am fighting tonight, guys. I have had nothing but problems with my computer ever since that update, and that update took hours. So if you've been through that update, yeah, it was. I was without the computer for hours while this thing was doing. It was some sort of major update, and I lost my screensaver of all things. Not my screensaver, my background, my wallpaper. And so it totally changed the look of my computer. It took my wallpaper away. I am not a happy camper. So Microsoft, stop messing with our computers. Well, actually, we appreciate you messing with the computers. Just don't make our life harder. All right. So let's go on to, and that was the rule, guys. Let's just to kind of complete that thought that was the rule that was broken. I had to make that decision. By the time that I got done, 2 hours later, it was flat dark, and I really didn't have a choice. And we just went on and drove to Ehrenberg, and that's where we're at right now. You can see if I take that down, you can see that is the Colorado River behind me. California is right over there, and I'm not going over there. I'll wave at them. No, I'm gonna stay over here. So, whoa, Nelly says, yeah, they hate the go back there. There we go. Hate the Windows update. Wish I could block it. You can block it. You can turn off the updates, the Windows updates. If you go onto your computer, you can turn that off. Unfortunately, a lot of the updates are security updates, and we know, that we want to try to protect that our computers. And there are some crafty people out there that do some nasty work on computers, and without them doing that work in the background, yeah. So I appreciate that, and it is kind of a necessary evil. I just wish it wouldn't change my computer over. That is all. So Tom and Lori says, California, right over there. Keep it there. So, and that's what I'm doing. Isn't that bad? We have kind of gotten to that point where we don't even want to go into California for any reason. I can tell you that fuel on this side is $1.30 a gallon cheaper in general than right across that river about 100 yards. And you know, when you start putting 100 gallons worth of fuel into your rig, it can add up. It can definitely add up. So, but anyway, let's go on to, let's see if we can throw up the Nomad News, and we'll see if we can't cover that a little bit. We have, I guess the biggest update is if you watch Camper Van Kevin, and I love Kevin. You know what? I've met him a couple times. We're not friends, but I have met him, and he is as sweet and genuine a person as you will meet. And he has been battling cancer, and I'm happy for him that he has successfully gone through a surgery to remove some cancer, and he has come out the other side. It's been a while since we've seen an update from him, and he is going to try to get out of, you know, he doesn't want to make his channel you know, about him and about this thing that he's fighting. He says in this latest video that he will mention it and let people know how he's doing, but otherwise he wants to continue on doing his videos just as he always has. And I am happy for him that his surgery was a success. He is battling something though, and I don't think most people would realize he came out of that surgery and he has been battling high anxiety ever since. And hopefully he gets that in check, and we wish him well. I can't even imagine. To his credit, I can identify a little bit. I have struggled with anxiety myself a little bit, and nothing to the extreme that he explains, but I can relate. So if you have struggled with anxiety before, you kind of know where he's at. He was not expecting that to be a part of this surgery or part of the recovery from this surgery. So we wish him well, and look forward to see him back on his channel very soon. So campnab.com, take a look at that, guys. This is an interesting one. This is a new website that I'm kind of interested in seeing how this works for people. Let's see if I can pull up my notes on this. If you've ever tried to make a reservation on Reserve America for any of the state parks around the country, you know Reserve America. That's kind of how you go and make these reservations, and it is difficult sometimes, especially in high use areas such as Florida for the winter, things like that. What CampNab does is they're offering a service. So if you are trying to get into a state park or a park that Reserve America, I don't know if they cover other parks, but I know they specifically mentioned Reserve America, and you're facing full parks or no availability, which we often see when we're trying to make these reservations. You can enter the time period that you want into CampNab, and what they will do is they will notify you by text on your phone if somebody cancels a reservation for the time period that you're looking for. And it sounds like the cost of this service initially, just for the basic service, a one-time use, will be $10, up to $20 depending on how often you want them to check. So they have another membership offer that is for monthly, and that starts between $10 and goes up to $50. I'm not sure exactly what all it entails, but what they say on their FAQs on the website is that if you want to do multiple reservations and multiple parks, the monthly membership is the way to do it. So you'd have to go to campnab.com, check it out for all the details. I can't list them all here, but I thought that was an interesting service. I do plan on going down to Florida, and I know it will be difficult. I want to stay down on the Keys, and trying to get a reservation down there can be quite difficult. So there's a possibility I could be coming back to use Camp Nab in the future here. So we'll see. Uh, let's go on to Dan and Jen, Nevada. Oh my gosh. I was shocked to hear, and I saw a comment. I haven't been watching them for some time now, but Dan and Jen, Nevada, if you're familiar with them, if you watch their channels, they just put out a video here recently. They have bought a house and they are transitioning to that house, but they have had a bad experience, and they are, I won't say they're calling YouTube quits. They're going to take a break. I think they got frustrated by some people that had looked them up and come to their house, which is not cool, and love those guys, and I'm really sorry to see that happen to them, and hopefully we will see them back before too long. So really disappointing news to hear from them, but I understand why they're doing that. They need a break. I think they've got so much going on, they just need a break. So moving on to Nomadland. If you watched us a few weeks ago, we talked about Nomadland. Nomadland is a movie that is out about the nomad life, and it kind of chronicled the journey of someone who had fallen on harder times. Her husband had died. She basically had moved into a van, or a Class B, if you want to call it, and turn to the nomad life as a way to escape and move on with her life, I guess is the best way to put it. The movie fell short for me. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it, but it never felt like she had anybody that'll tell you in the full-time life that there is a joy about going and visiting places and seeing these places. Hers was a hard luck story of coming in and essentially moving into this van and traveling. There are a lot of actual nomads. Bob Wells is one of them. There's so many on there that you'll see in the course of that movie. Where it fell short for me was it kind of ended the way that it started. She moved into a van. It was hard. It was not easy for her. This is kind of what, she had chosen for her life, and this is where she ended up. And it kind of missed for me. And I think it missed for a lot of people. I see a lot of reviews, and they're saying kind of the same thing, that they kind of missed the mark on this. What they did was they followed the general society path of anybody that doesn't have a sticks and bricks home is homeless, and this is the plight of a homeless person. And they had so much opportunity to turn this around and make this into something positive, and I was really disappointed that they didn't do that. Is the movie still worth watching? Yeah, I think it is, because if you're coming out and doing the full-time life, you're going to see a lot of people out here, and not everybody is out here, willingly. Not everybody has come out here and decided that this is what they wanted to do. They're out here because they've fallen on hard times, and you do see a lot of that out here. There are over 3 million of us out here living full-time out on the road. And, unfortunately, the mainstream viewpoint is a nomad is a homeless person. I don't think that you could talk to any full-time RV person and consider them a homeless person. They have just chosen a different home, and a different front yard and backyard. But that being said, it would have been nice if the movie had gone that way. But I'd still say, yeah, it's worth seeing because I'd like to see the stereotype changed and see it for what it is. We are predicted to have a lot more nomads out here on the road, and hopefully that notion or that idea will kind of change a little bit. So we will see. But that is it for Nomad News. We'll go back to the comments there. If you guys had a question, definitely if I miss it, definitely say something. But looks like Our Life Journey. Hey Dave, glad to have you in the house. That is Scott and Laura, and they are enjoying Florida. Wayne and Carrie saying hi to them. Dave and others, there should be a sign with a 1-800 number posted on the crossbuck signs at all the public railroad crossings. You can report any safety concerns or blocked crossings in the U.S. I think you can. I don't know how they work it, and I am thankful and I am fortunate that I was not sitting in a car. I actually was sitting in my home. So life just kind of went on, and I am I am glad to say that I just wanted to keep an eye on that train and move whenever we could. Our Life Journey, they're just shouting back saying they love South Florida. They're at Miami Everglades this week. Been there, loved that place. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, Jim Bertrand is. Dan and Jen have a lot on their plate right now and just need a break from the endless circle of finding topics, filming, editing, and posting. Absolutely. And there is a part of this that is public, and you meet a lot of people. I enjoy that. That is something that means a lot to me. So I really look forward to that side of it. But there are many YouTubers out there that while they enjoy that, they do enjoy private time, and nobody wants somebody coming to their home unannounced. Especially in the way that they indicated on their video. My heart goes out to them because I know this upset them, and you can see that. So hopefully maybe a break will help. We'll see those guys come back out. Would love to see them putting out content. It sounds like they will, and we'll be seeing them before too long here, I'm sure. Ralph Hattenberg is in the house. Hope you had a good week. Yes, thank you. I did. It has been a week of water. As you can see in the background behind me, that is Ehrenberg and the Colorado River. I have to tell you, I moved over to Fortuna Pond in Yuma, and I just absolutely loved it there. I couldn't do the live from there because I didn't have any phone signal there, but I really needed the water. There's something about that moisture in the air. There's something about that smell of a lake. And when you've been out in the desert, which I have, we've been out here since October, getting to be around water really kind of hit home with me. But let's make sure that we got everything on my. And we did. Good job. My gosh, guys, we nailed that inside of 30 minutes. I thought that might take a little bit longer, and I didn't want to, there was so much I didn't want to miss it. But if you guys have any questions out there or anything you want to give a shout out, yeah, there's a good one. HC Carefree Highway, homeless. A lot of Class A's cost more than my sticks and bricks. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And unfortunately, that is just the way that you see. I don't know how to say it or articulate it, but there is just this general feeling from the people that don't do this, that don't go out and travel like we do. They see this and they refer to it as homeless. And I'm not really. I don't get defensive over that term. I understand why they feel that. So I always hope, though, movies will come out like this one did, and will kind of enlighten people and kind of start changing that idea. So let's see. Looks like our life journey. We need to make more videos, just the one for now. Sounds like did you guys make a video and I missed it? I am going to have to go and check that out. Congrats, guys. Hopefully we will see more from you guys, so I'll have to go and check it out. You should have wrote me and let me know. I would have been interested in going and seeing it. They went by Fortuna Pond twice when they were in Yuma, and it was very full. Couldn't find an empty spot. Yeah, it is not a very big lake. In fact, I see it referred to as Fortuna Lake and Fortuna Pond, depending on where you see the name of this place. And it is. I think it's a little bit bigger than your average pond, but I think it's small for a lake. So I don't know where that kind of classifies in, but I'll tell you what, it's nice and green and lush around it, and the birds are amazing. So I was over there for a week and I absolutely loved it. So thank you, Jim. We had I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Well, that's it, guys. That's, you know what? I kind of cut it. I thought we'd have more than that tonight. How's everybody else doing out here? We are pushing right about. It's a little chilly for me. What time or what temperature is it? If I can get my phone to participate here. It feels like it's about 65. My phone says, is that right? My phone says it's 74, and yeah, I don't know. 74. It feels colder than that, so I don't know, but because I'm chilled right now. We do have the sunset going down though, and I can kind of turn us that way. I figured this would give us the best shot, so let me see if I can get us turned here. There we go. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Give you a sunset. If you're off in those cold areas, let us know. Tell me what your temperatures are running there, and you'll just chill me, I'm sure. But there you go. We'll give you a sunset for tonight. That's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Let me see. It's yeah. We'll just leave it right there. I think we're good. Was there a geocache around the bridge? Jim Bertrand is asking. If you watched that video last week, if I could get my computer to play here. There we go. Any geocaches around the bridge we were at last week? Yeah, I did check it. There was a geocache at both ends. Unfortunately, they were for premium members only. While I can see them, I can't actually go and find them. So, and I don't get credit for it, even if I were to find it. But there were two right there close by the bridge. So yes, I did take a look and see. But let's see if I make sure if I miss your question, guys, I'm sorry. Just go ahead and reprint it. So next exit. Do you have your coffee tonight? I do have my coffee tonight. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I got it in my New Mexico cup. It is Canadian coffee tonight. So we are working with Canadian coffee. Let's see here. Ehrenberg, boondocking or spot? Yeah, boondocking, definitely boondocking. So there are a lot of places to boondock here in Ehrenberg. It is, after all, the Southwest. The Southwest is pretty much surrounded in BLM, so no problem finding boondocking here. and I'm relatively close to the water, although not with a beach. Where I'm at doesn't have a nice sandy beach like what I've got right there. That's kind of what I'm sitting on right now. So it did come over to this area to kind of take advantage of that. Tom Laurie says, "Yeah, the breeze is making it cooler. It possibly is. How can it say it's 74 degrees and I'm sitting here cold? I have to tell you." So I'm kind of wishing I had my sweatshirt on, but I am not jumping in that water. So, let's see here. Oh, pretty sunset. Yes. Thank you. You know what? I like sharing that with you guys. Also, Jim, cool sunset. Absolutely, absolutely. Next exit is asking Scott and Laura if they've seen any gators. You know, it's funny you guys asked that because driving down that way 2 years ago, driving driving to Florida, I pretty much started watching for gators on the east side of Texas, and we never did see a gator until we got deep into Florida. And I know what it is now. I kept looking for them, but I didn't know how to spot a gator. I didn't know what a gator looked like in the water, I guess. And once I spotted my first one, I started spotting them everywhere. Of course, by this point, we were about mid Florida. And then we got to the Miami Everglades. And I'll tell you what, saw plenty. And we even put out video of that. So there were so many that it was actually kind of scary. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Whoa, Nellie. Lucy says they've been very nice view. We've been in the high 50s. Where are you at, Lucy? I didn't catch that if you put that on there. So, X fired up. 60 in Central Florida. Is that even possible? You guys are still running cold down there, huh? That's cold for Central Florida. Let's see here. Oh, got another one. And my brother says, I missed it. If you headed to am I headed to Quartzsite from here? I will probably be in Quartzsite for a few days. I do have a reservation, a few days to maybe a week or so. Right now, I'm kind of enjoying this, so I'm gonna hang with the water. It's kind of nice being around water for a change, but I am potentially heading to Quartzsite, and then I'll be working my way up to Las Vegas by the first week in April. So, looking forward to getting back to Las Vegas and seeing if I just enjoy Las Vegas. You know, it's funny. I don't know why that is, but I just do. So you see, so I'm a people watcher. So that I think that's what I enjoy the most about. But yep, gators aplenty. We're going on an Everglades airboat tour tomorrow. We'll see lots of gators and crocs then too. Yeah, you absolutely will. That is a beautiful park, by the way. I don't know if you're staying at the national park down there, but that is just a beautiful place to stay. Stayed there for over a week and really thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's 78 is high today at Miami Everglades. Yep, absolutely. That's what I kind of expected. 60 in Levon, Texas from Rolf Hattenberg. Yeah, that's kind of chilly for you guys too. Is everybody ready for the warm up here? HC Carefree Highway, where I will eventually be heading, not necessarily Southwest Oregon, but you guys know I am from Rogue River, which is right in between Grants Pass and Medford. Lived and spent 3 years there before I went into the military back in the 80s. And so I know it well. That is actually a hot spot there in the Rogue Valley. And not sure if you're there, but they don't get quite as much rain as the rest of Oregon. But at the same time, Yeah, 48 degrees. Totally get that. Ooh. Hex Fired Up says, look up a gator called Humpback on YouTube. He lives in the Circle Bar Reserve near me, and I have seen him more than once. Okay, okay, there you go. We'll check it out and we'll see. We'll see. 66 and 66% humidity in South Florida this evening. Pearl is 66% humidity. Okay. So I can tell you, as a person who does enjoy cigars, that 70%, you don't need a humidor. You could just leave your cigars out. And so that might be a little humid, but I don't know. Yeah, yes, I agree with that. We're not ready for any warm up. 90s already showing up in the forecast. Time to head north soon. That's why I'm here, Bob. Yeah, I absolutely get that. And I thought, what I am watching is the Las Vegas area 51. I do plan on heading back up there. I will be going through there. You guys know me. I love going up there and hanging out. And it always gets a little difficult during that time to get lives out and things like that. In fact, we had to cancel one the last time that we were there. But no, we'll definitely be heading up there. It just you watch the forecast, and so far it's not looking very warm up there. So hopefully it's looking like mid-April. I'll be up that way, and hopefully it will warm up by then. But if not, I'll head over to Valley of Fire, enjoy Valley of Fire, and the Mesa, Snowbird Mesa over there. So I really love that place too now, and looking forward to doing that. So Bob and Pearl, they mentioned that they are getting ready to do their tour of the north. They're heading up and planning a big trip to get up, and hopefully they'll be able to start that one soon. So you guys are talking in between yourselves. Here, we'll throw up another temperature, 55 and 42% humidity in Winterpeg. That is not comfy, Jim. 55 is still not, that's still cold to me. So I know I've become a wuss, all right? But 55 degrees just sounds cold to me. I'm sitting here in 70-degree weather and I'm shivering, wishing I had a sweatshirt on. So, let's see. Oh. All right. Well, I think we have wrapped it up, guys. I'm out of any more content for tonight. I should have planned a little bit better. I thought for sure we'd be able to make this last an hour, but maybe we're going to fall short by a little bit here. But so glad that everybody currently in Texas. Rouse Hattenberg says he's in Texas. You guys, I enjoy how you guys talk amongst yourselves. I think we're going to wrap this one up, though. I think this is the first time in probably a very long time. We're going to kind of call it an early live this week, and we will see you guys next week. Now, talking about next week, something that we did last month, I invited you guys to come on, and I just threw a link on there, and I really enjoyed that. We had some great conversations. So next week will be the end of the month, Happy Hour Live, and I'm going to throw out the link again next week. And anybody that wants to join along is more than welcome. HC Carefree Highways, they're just enjoying the sunset. Yeah, I get to see it in the screen. I get to see it there. I have to turn around to actually see it. Looks like we've got a little bit of color starting to pop on the clouds, so you guys have to keep your eye on that. Maybe we'll hang around for just a few more minutes and see if the color pops there a little bit. So, Dave, did you fix your microwave? I have not. The parts are all here, so this is definitely going to be a maintenance week when I do get to Quartzsite at quiet times where I receive my mail. They have oil filters ready for me that I need to do a service on the coach. I did order in a new magnetron and diode for the microwave, and I have no idea how to change that. But I watched a YouTube video and they said that I could do it, so I'm going to give it a shot. There was something else too, and it was also maintenance related. So it's definitely I'm going to be working on the coach this week, trying to get all that done. So, all right. Cosmic Mermaid Starman says night all. So glad that you guys can be here tonight. Was wonderful, Dave. Thanks for the sunset view. Absolutely, so glad that you could be here. We are going to wrap that up. I don't think we're going to get any more color out of that sunset, but glad that I could share it all with you guys, and I'm glad that you guys could be here. Guys, have a good week. We will see you next week. If you want to be on the live next week, we will be inviting everybody on, and depending on how many people, we'll just keep the conversation going. That one is definitely going to last a full hour. So that's going to be it for tonight. Ralph Happenberg says, have a good evening, fun, safe week. Pearl says, good night, all. Absolutely. X fired up. Take care. Dale and Cherry, good night, everybody. Glad that you guys could be here. HC Carefree Highway and Jim Bertrand, of course. You guys, will see you next week, and I look forward to it. I look forward to having you guys on if you want to. Live life full time. We'll see you next week, this same time. Take care, guys. Night.